Well, you also brought up another concept today called forget about your sunk costs, and you you made some analogies with an accountant. You know, if just getting stuck in the idea that whatever, I've been in this business for 20 years, I can't change. It's what I am destined and going to suffer to do the rest of my life. And you have a saying which is love it, change it, or leave it. It's inspirational. What does it mean?
I have to admit, Brad, I didn't come up with that statement. I'm not even sure who did. Let's say Thomas Jefferson.
It was probably him.
Probably
he
Jefferson.
wrote most of the cool sayings.
Yeah. So the point is that life is really short. And I know that in the midst of life, we're very focused on today. But if you step back, you realize that 30, 40, 50, 60, even 100 years is not very much time. And so if you're spending your time day in and day out doing something you don't absolutely love, that doesn't cause you to feel like you have a mission in the world, then your job is to stand up and figure out where your mission is and get there. Now, it's not the same thing, Brad, as saying if you are an accountant and you don't love it, quit without a plan. I mean, that might work for you, but I would recommend
your wife's going to be a little upset.
Your wife or significant other might not be so happy about that. Instead, keep the paycheck coming in if you can, but start to build option paths. Start to find other things you love and do little bits to test them out. And then when you start to find things go where the energy is inside you, and when you find the stuff that really resonates, do more of it and do more of it. And so then you build a plan. You create option paths.
You can transition into it rather than just jumping off the end of the pier.
Right. So you say, what do I want to be in 3 years?
Yeah.
And I would also argue that regardless of how well you're doing and how pleased you are with where you are now, always ask yourself the question, what do I want to be in 3 years? Because the other thing that happens is that good is the enemy of great. When you get to a point where you feel I'm doing well, I'm kind of happy, that could be fine. You know, if you just want to do what you're doing and you're fulfilled, great.
You don't challenge yourself if things are all good.
If you want to do more, then it's a discipline to stand back and say, where am I going?
We are in 2009. You rolled out the 3-year rule. I'm sorry. We are now in 2010.
Time flies, doesn't it? See?
It does. So we're in 2010. 3 years ago was 2007. What were some of the ideas going on in your head that you said in 3 years I would like to change?
I'd love to come on MIPtalk and do an interview. That was honestly okay. Seriously.
I love it.
Well, that's a very good question.
You heard it right here. That is the best endorsement we've had from MIPtalk yet.
In 2000, you know, it's very interesting you asked that because I can actually answer that question very specifically. At the time, I had been since 2002 building what we call the Kellogg Innovation Network. It's a group of innovation leaders at big companies, you'd recognize all of them, who get together 3 times a year to talk about our problems. It's like a support group for corporate innovators. And this stuff's really hard. You know, you're trying to get a big company to change the way it operates. It's really hard. So it's a support group for these leaders, and it's going well. 2007, we had regular full houses, great people talking about business issues, management issues. And our dean at the time, Deepak Jain, came to me and said something, his tagline really is going from success to significance. How do we go from success to significance?
Okay.
And he said, Rob, your program's going great. I don't want you to mess it up, but I want you to do more. What can we do to open the doors more widely at Kellogg? What can we do to add more value in the world, to go from success to significance? And so I sat back and thought about this, and I realized that we needed to bring leaders not just from business, but from government and academia, nonprofits, the arts, together to talk about and act on the world's most important challenges.
I kind of like what that person did for you. They sort of took you from a place of all good to saying, you know what?
What's next?
You can do more, challenge you, make you go to the next level.
And that's what a great leader does.
Yeah.
They encourage and support and mentor. They coach. And so he gave me this mission, and I ran with it, and that became the Kellogg Innovation Network Global Summit. We call KIN Global.
Amazing.
We're going into our 2nd year now. I actually met Glenn Yopis at one event, and he came to KIN Global, and as a result of that, he created the Innovation and Humanity Summit. So it's already started to span action and other programs and other people. We've got activities going on between Kellogg and others around the world in Iceland and Colombia and Sierra Leone and Liberia and Turkey, all because of the community of people who got together and started talking about problems.
Very cool. Well, MIPtalk would like to come and be a part of KIN and certainly to follow up on some of the ideas we talked about today.
That'd be great. Love to see you there.
MIPtalk, conversations with the world's most interesting people. We're here with Robert Wolcott, truly one of the world's most interesting people. He's also a very busy guy today. He's got a lot of things to do, a lot of people to talk to, so we will let him go. You can find this interview on MIPtalk.com or also at innovationhumanity.com. MIPtalk.com. And we'll let you go at that. Thank you for your ideas. We
Thanks a lot,
appreciate it,
Brad.
Robert.
Nice job.